Hey you, welcome back. And if you're new, welcome. Today we're going to make some breakfast kimbap. Now, I'm not Korean, nor do I claim to be, nor do I claim to be good at making Korean food. But this breakfast kimbap is delicious and this is my take on it. I'm going to start by prepping some veggies. I wanted to ask you guys actually, does anyone remember their parents telling them to rub the tops of cucumbers to get rid of bitterness? Or is that something my mum just made up and told me? Anyway, let me know in the comments. I'm going to thinly slice some cucumber. I think I'll do one half with seeds and another half without the seeds, just to see what the difference would be. I suspect the half without the seeds is going to be less moist. Let's see. After I've sliced up the cucumber, I'm going to thinly slice the carrots. Now, you can pickle these carrots, I just didn't have time this morning. Personally, I'd say pickled carrots probably taste better. I'm also going to slice up some spring onions or scallions, depending on where you're from and what you call them. Generally with my rolls, I'll do 1 egg per roll, so today I'm making 2 rolls, so 2 eggs, but you can add as many as you'd like. We're going to lightly season the eggs, and I want to emphasize lightly. Some of the other components are already seasoned and you'll see what I mean. I love popping the yolks. Now basically this is the part that makes this kimbap breakfast. Scrambled eggs and mini cheese kranskis. I found these little cheese kransky chipolatas at my grocery store and I wondered what they would taste like in Korean cooking, in kimbap, in stews, so here we are. Once your eggs are cooked to your liking, remove it from the pan. I like it a little bit under, it'll continue to cook in the bowl whilst I finish off these kranskis. I wanted to make sure that these kranskis were completely cooked through and that the cheese in the middle was going to be really melty and they're going to add a really nice savoury flavour to the kimbap. Now for my rice, I'll season it with a dash of sesame oil and a little bit of soy sauce. Oh, yep, smart move. Can't take it out if you add too much. I know generally with kimbap we don't add soy sauce, but this was just my way of seasoning my rice so it's not too bland. And if you haven't noticed, I know my rice looks a little weird. That's because it's a blend of white rice and black rice. Once that's all mixed in, it's time to build my kimbap. I'll lay out a sheet of seaweed, and it's probably worth noting now that I'll use room temperature or cold rice. And the reason for that is because I feel like hot rice softens the seaweed a little too quickly, and I do like that taste or texture of fresh crunchy seaweed. So my rice here is actually room temperature. I'll lay out my rice as flat as possible and I'll add a bit of rice to the top part of the seaweed as well so that it helps when I'm rolling to help stick the edges. Now I'm just adding my toppings. So you'll notice too that I'm going in with my veggies first and then my warm ingredients on top. Again, I'm just trying to stop the heat from reaching the seaweed and making it go soggy too quickly. Oh, and I'll also add some kimchi. I know that generally kimchi will be used as a side dish, but I love it in the kimbap as well. I think it's because I didn't pickle the carrots, but I think the kimchi makes a huge difference and it's so delicious. Now the rolling part. Oh, and an extra carrot for health. We want to try and make this as tight as possible, and it's not the easiest thing to do. I think the mat is supposed to help with just keeping the ingredients together and tightening the roll. If I get to the end and I feel like the rice isn't going to help enough with the sticking, I'll also just add a couple of drops of water. And that's our first roll done. Now to make my second roll. Generally, as I progress with making more than one, I'm better at portion control and I'm a little bit quicker. I don't know that this is the case here, but I'm trying my best. I also don't know what happened with the recording quality. It sort of just lost focus, but I think you guys get the idea. Oh no, unequal amounts of egg. So for the second one, I went without using the mat, and I felt like it was easier and I got a tighter roll. So I think next time I make this, I'm just gonna ditch the mat. Now it's time to cut our kimbap. I'm cutting these up because I am sharing them this morning, but if I was eating them on my own, I would have just bitten into the roll already. So I'm just slicing these up, making sure they don't come apart as I do so, putting them on a plate, and then preparing them for serving. Usually kimbap will be brushed over with some sesame oil, but again, I want to keep my seaweed crunchy and not soggy. So you can eat these without sauce, but generally I'll have this with some mayonnaise, and don't judge me, Tabasco. I just feel like Tabasco goes so well with eggs, and especially with these cheese kranskis. I hope you guys enjoyed this breakfast kimbap. Let me know in the comments what you think and what you put in your kimbap. Catch you on the next one.